this might be a little controversial to say. I'm glad they hired Chris Pratt over Charles Martinet. What's poppin', players? Welcome back to another Two Penny Gamescast review. This time, the Super Mario Brothers movie. A rare review appearance, that being a
2023
on this one. 2023, that one, right? I'm your host, Tavin Bothel, here with my good friend and fellow Mario lover, Phil Shoemaker. Say hello to the people.
God, I love mustache Italians.
They're just they're just so handsome. You know what I mean?
Especially when they're jumping around.
They have such big hands. I don't know if you noticed that, but the brothers in this movie, they got big hands. Big hands. Those brothers. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, Phil and I both saw the Mario Brothers movie this last weekend, and we're here to give you our thoughts on it. I guess we'll just start this like any normal review where I'll go and you go, and then we'll talk about it a little more in depth. Sure. We didn't talk about it beforehand, really, but I guess we'll do like a little bit of a spoiler talk near the end. But I don't know if there's really that much to really talk about, a couple of cool moments that we want to throw out there and probably some moments that we'd rather didn't happen. Yeah, let's go right into it. And so, ladies and gentlemen, my thoughts on the Super Mario Brothers movie is that it's a lot of fun. It's definitely a good time. I think definitely worth price of admission. If you have kids, you need to go see this movie because it's better than a lot of the other god-awful things you'll watch with your children. So, you'll walk out and be like, you know what? That was fun. It was a kid's movie. It wasn't the best time in the world, but it was far from the worst time in the world. It's one that I don't think you'll like regret showing your kids and then like eventually love to or have to like play it on the TV 100 times a day every day, just because it's varied enough, it's fun enough, and one song in particular has been stuck in my head ever since I saw this movie. And Phil, I'm sure you know the one.
Because me and Ash have been singing the same song
today even. And it's just the one melody, right? It's just the one little, Anyways, but speaking of which, to get into some of the details there, the music is the standout part of this movie. All of it's fantastic, from the main Mario themes and music that you love to listen to, all the way down to the new original music that's in the movie. There are moments of licensed music throughout this movie, just sprinkled throughout, not a whole lot, and none of them I thought used to really great effect, and honestly a lot of very generic picks that I was like, all right, cool, whatever. It's animated beautifully, and it's super well animated. Like, it looks beautiful, and also just like the way the characters move is awesome. And if you're a Mario fan, so many Easter eggs in this movie, like just chock full of them. Like, I don't think there's something you could add in terms of Easter eggs like to it, because it's just so full of love and care for the most part. Surprisingly, Chris Pratt, I thought, did a fantastic job in this movie. I thought he was great. Lovable.
Far from the worst part of the movie.
Oh, far from the worst part of the movie.
Far from the worst.
Yeah, and honestly, I think it was a great pick, and I'm very, very happy with his performance, and I would love to see him do more of this. On the other hand, probably my least favorite performance was that of Princess Peach with Anna Taylor-Joy.
Oh, really?
Boring. So boring. I loved the character of Peach. The character was awesome. I love what they did with her. They didn't make her the helpless princess like she is in the game or whatever. She had some great, strong moments, but every line was delivered so flat and so, God, I'm going to sleep right now just thinking about it. Like, it was just trash. Everyone else, I, for the most part, liked. There was some other side character stuff that I wasn't like super into, but like, I'm not expecting world-class acting from a movie like this. But overall, this movie is good. It's fun. Is it going to blow your skirt up? No. It's very kiddie. A lot of the plot is very basic and boring, and honestly, in some parts, not very well told. But at the end of the movie, especially in the third act, it makes you feel. And you do have an emotional reaction, a positive emotional reaction to the game, to the movie. And by the end of the movie, I was smiling and I was having a great time, and I was very happy. And more jokes landed than not. Not all of them were like bust gut laughing. Quite a few of them were just like, just like a little chuckle.
Just exhale out of your nose.
Yeah, you got like it was funny, but it wasn't like making me laugh. But some of them were legit like I was rolling on the
Funny,
floor,
yeah.
not literally rolling on the floor, but I was really like out loud laughing really hard at some of the jokes. So.
Movie theaters are dirty. No one's expecting you to actually roll on the floor.
No, it's horrendous floors in the movie theater, especially the one we went to. Phil, what did you think of the Super Mario Brothers movie?
I really, really like this movie.
Lovely.
Like you said, music is the big standout of this movie. I did see on Twitter that apparently there are over 100 songs that were referenced in this movie.
Wow.
In some way, shape, or form.
I believe it.
And yeah, absolutely. That song, fucking, oh man, God, I just want to jump right into Jack Black, the star.
Let's wait just a little bit, but yeah, go ahead.
Okay. I'll dial it back.
Yeah.
Music. So you got the main theme, you got underground, all that good stuff. Everything was used phenomenally. I'll go into another thing, that music. I don't think that you would have gotten this reference, but the bit where they're all rocking out, that's a song from Bowser's Fury, and Super Mario, where Bowser's a big old fucking kaiju basically in the game.
Okay.
Like that like heavy metal.
I don't specifically remember this scene, but we'll talk about it later.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was straight out of that. I like, there's many times where I leaned over to Ash and I was like, hey, so that's a reference to this, and that's what this is. I was that guy. I was the soy Jack.
I really wanted to, but I was with my mom, and I was like, I can't do this. She's gonna be like, shut up.
Yeah, right. God damn. Yeah, what a great movie. I think, like Tavin said, it's not gonna be one of those things. It's varied enough to where you're not gonna be like, if your kids do want to play this on repeat, you're not gonna be super annoyed by it, you know. I like you said, also there are much worse things, especially from Illumination, who I don't associate with the best kids movies.
This is one of their better ones, but
yeah,
you know, it is an Illumination movie at the end of the day. You're not getting Pixar
very
quality.
Fast paced, very not as pure comedy as a lot of their stuff is. Because like, you know, when you think pure comedy, you think just joke after joke after joke after joke, rapid fire. And of course there is some of that, but it's not the entire runtime. And like you said, a lot of the jokes, a good amount of the jokes did land, and upon varying results. I really liked the I think this movie does a good job of not overstaying its welcome. In that right. I think that's. I mean, you might find a different draw a different meaning from what I say when I say it's well paced.
Okay.
Right, I just mean like I mean like nothing stays. We don't stay on anything for too long. Like Mario obviously is not a story based franchise, so you don't have to really think about like character moments in that. And when we do get some of those, they're just enough for me. You know, like I'm not trying to listen to the entire backstory of Mario and Luigi as kids. I'm not trying to see how they grew up in Brooklyn and all that stuff. You know, that's not what I'm here for. I'm here to see Mario. I'm here to see the Mushroom Kingdom. I'm here to see Bowser. I'm here to see the Kongs. You know, I'm here for all that good stuff. So talking about voice cast, I think Mario, once again, like I said, is far from the worst part of this movie. Chris Pratt's Mario. And I think to that effect, I think he's on the same level for me. I thought I would like Charlie Day's Luigi a lot more. He's kind of just on the same level of Chris Pratt's Mario for me.
Oh, okay.
I thought I would like Charlie Day's Luigi like way more up here compared to like how I went into like Mario here, Luigi here. They were a lot closer to me. I still prefer Charlie Day's Luigi over Chris Pratt's Mario.
I was gonna say Luigi was probably the standout character for me.
Really?
I loved Luigi in this movie. But I'm a Luigi fan. I went with my I have a Luigi hat that I don't have with me right now, but I have a Luigi hat and I was wearing that to the movie. It was a good time.
I think worst for me, when you said Anya Taylor-Joy, that was surprising to me. Worst for me, and was just straight up distracting, was Seth Rogen's Donkey Kong.
Seth Rogen's Donkey Kong I was okay with, but Cranky Kong was awful.
Oh, yeah.
Cranky
with,
Kong was really bad.
Fred Armisen. Yeah, Fred Armisen's
but Donkey Kong, I mean, it is Seth Rogen, but it played well enough for me.
Oh my God, it was just so distracting. Just literally the joke when he was on screen was just his laugh. Just Seth Rogen's
when he
laugh.
did the Seth Rogen laugh, I was a little like, all right, that's Seth Rogen. But
and he does it multiple times.
But there were other moments that I was like, he's doing a fine job there. Like,
Okay.
you know, some of the more like emotional moments, quote unquote, I was like, this is fine. Yeah, that's Donkey Kong. Like, I was able to forget that it was Seth Rogen for moments of the film.
I appreciate that we're able to disagree, because I would hate to live in an echo chamber. So I'll say agree to disagree there. I was not a fan particularly of Seth Rogen's Donkey Kong.
The thing about me is that everybody was fun and entertaining, and it seemed like everybody was on the same page of like, let's have fun. Except for Anna Taylor-Joy. She was like, let me just play this super serious. And Anna Taylor-Joy is a great actor. A phenomenal actor. You know, she's been in a lot of great stuff. But I just don't know if this was the right fit for her, because she's a bit of a serious actor. You know, she's like one of them like artiste type motherfuckers. And I just don't know if Super Mario Brothers was the right pick for her. She, like, when you think fun on screen, you don't think of Anna Taylor-Joy. But... you know, get your names off, I guess, you know, have fun in your kids' animated movie. I'm sure it was a pretty penny that they paid you for this role, but
for sure.
Yeah, just every time she delivered a line, and I'm not going to say she didn't try, because it did feel like she tried. I just don't think it was a good fit.
Just didn't land for you?
No, not at all. Very flat to me, and I was like, all right, can we get her off?
All right. Yeah, like you said earlier, the animation in this movie is fucking phenomenal. Wow, just everything looks great. I wish we saw more of the Mushroom Kingdom.
Yeah.
I think I found that part lacking a little bit. I also wish I knew how more things interconnected. Like they talk about, so I mean, we'll get into more gritty stuff later.
Worlds.
Yeah. I wish I knew how stuff more in, like.
I wish I saw more of other worlds.
Yeah,
you know, and I guess maybe you could save that for a sequel or whatever, because this movie is getting a sequel. But
got that Yoshi egg. Egg.
Spoilers.
No,
but I mean, I think
how pumped were you? How pumped were you whenever they're like doing that walking montage and you saw all those Yoshis in the background?
Oh, I was very excited about that.
I was like, oh, Yoshis!
I was like, look at that. All right, let's just go ahead and start talking about moments here. But overall, Phil, is this worth price of admission, movie theater ticket price, all that
definitely,
stuff? Yeah,
definitely.
Bring the family to this?
Yeah, absolutely, without a doubt. When you think of like fun Mario being put on a screen, this is pretty much what you get. You know, like it's better than what I was expecting. I was expecting it. I was expecting this movie to probably be not great. See, I had a lot more fun than. I was trepidatious going into the movie, but I was very pleasantly surprised.
I feel that. I think this movie, the movie also probably was higher than my expectations, but not by much. This is about the level of quality I was expecting. I think just my personal enjoyment, I'm surprised of how much I personally enjoyed this movie. Like, I will watch this movie again at some point.
Absolutely. Just to try to catch more of the references.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that's what, like, as someone who has played a good handful of Mario games, like, this was very satisfying to watch as
another thing. Another thing that I forgot to mention is they're not just Mario references. They're like entire Nintendo references.
Yeah,
that's like the best part.
100%. Yeah. So, also I forgot to mention the themes in this movie actually worked for me, surprisingly. Like, you know,
Disappointing your father.
The main theme of the did you say disappointing your father?
That resonated with you?
Fuck you. Totally gloss on no, but like the main theme of the movie I thought was really good and really hit. But let's go ahead and let's jump into some spoiler talk here, Phil. Let's go ahead and get it going.
Not a spoiler, everyone was expecting it. Jack Black is the highlight of this movie.
Oh yeah, Jack Black's great. Peaches, 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 peaches. That's the
peaches.
Dude, it is infecting my TikTok timeline right now, and I'm loving it every single time.
I love like the day after he released the live version.
Yeah,
of him
that was
doing
awesome.
It. Yeah.
And then I'll say when I eventually upload this review to TikTok, it's gonna have that sound on it because it's trending right now. So I'm gonna try and get some views off of that. But yeah, Jack Black was great. I'm surprised how much you didn't like Donkey Kong. It doesn't surprise. Well, I guess it doesn't surprise me that like you were low on Donkey Kong, but like to be like, oh, this is terrible. Like I'm like, oh wow, really?
It took me out of it every single time.
Yeah, but I mean, I really liked when Donkey Kong and Mario get eaten by the whale or whatever it was. The scene that they had.
Part
that worked.
That part works for me. It's just whenever it's mainly just the Seth Rogen laugh that just takes me out of it.
That did take me out. But it only happened
just
once,
brings me,
right?
No, it was like 3 times.
Oh, really? I only remember it once. Yeah, because there
And
was one time where
just
they
like,
just straight up just had him laugh, and I was like,
as the joke,
Yeah.
the joke.
Yeah,
like that's the worst part.
In the Smash Brother-esque scene.
Oh
which is
man,
cute. I liked, of course, like Mario Kart's all over. Oh god, when Toad pulled up in his cart. Oh my god, I laughed so hard at that. That was hilarious. Yeah. Toad was a favorite for my mom. Mom loved Toad.
Scene.
What was that?
I love that whole cart building scene.
Oh yeah, and the fact that they used the actual wheel scrolls from Mario Kart 8 was dope.
Fantastic.
Yeah,
fantastic.
it was really dope. Like there was a lot of it was a lot of care put into this movie. And yeah, god, every time a musical theme popped up, I was like, this is great every time.
I did want to also say I saw this somewhere. I didn't get to see the video comparison, but on Twitter they were saying that apparently there was first drafts of a lot of the scenes where they had licensed music, where they didn't use licensed music, and a lot of people were saying it was better. Like they used like other themes from the games, and they worked those in. But I didn't get to actually see the videos before they got taken down, because obviously like they're not gonna just keep it up because copyright and all that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do wish there was less licensed music in this movie.
I mean, there's only 3, so it's not like that much, but it's so, or I guess there's 4 actually now that I think about it. But it's just so prominent, and none of them worked for me, with the exception, I did like Thunderstruck. Like that one when they're pulling up in the car
building.
Yeah, that worked for me. Everything else did not. This is
like Take on Me. Like
Take on Me was weird. So weird. Why was it there? I really like. I would be totally fine if I never hear "I Need a Hero" in a movie ever again. Like, oh my god, I do not.
Everyone's just trying to bite Shrek 2's shit, you know.
But it's just like, stop. Also, unironically, that song is in, I think, 3 different movies right now. It's in Mario. It's in Shazam 2. There's another one.
You're thinking with your Tim Geddes brain right here,
dude.
That's what he was saying.
Why? Like, it was offensively, like, generic. I was like, oh my god, we're really doing this right now? Why can't we just build out a hero theme using the Mario music or something, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, the theme of brotherhood really worked for me in this movie.
Yep.
I really, really appreciated it. The connection of Mario and Luigi in this movie was great. I think in the next movie,
it resonated with you as somebody without a brother,
with no brother. Yeah, but I think in the next movie it should just be the Mario and Luigi show. Like we don't need everybody. Like just give me Mario and Luigi going out and having, because they had enough charisma and chemistry together that every scene that the two of them were in together worked.
I just thought of this right now. Sequel. We fight Wario and Waluigi.
Oh,
that's
we
the
do
dynamic.
some evil twins stuff.
Yeah. It's Mario and Luigi versus Wario and Waluigi.
That would be good. That would be cool.
Sure.
Yeah.
And then, like,
I mean, at some point we need a Luigi's Mansion something.
Oh yeah. I
know?
thought maybe they're gonna do like the flashlight on the face and like maybe see ghosts in that first bit where Luigi's in. Like this is what Ash said. I'm not kind of repeating.
I was waiting for it, but it never came, and I was like, really? It's kind of just right there, but they used Shy Guys instead, and I was like, all right, I'll take a Shy Guy.
As soon as the Shy Guy showed up, he was wow. I fucking died. It was so good. I love all of the Mario enemy noises.
Oh yeah, it was great. It was. And I was really surprised how much of the humor works in this movie. Like,
why they gotta disrespect the Spinies though? It was like those things. It was like they're Spinies.
That was one of the
Spinies.
few moments I leaned over to my mom and I was like, they're called Spinies. Because it's just something I had in my head and like stored.
Why they gotta be rude to Spinies? They were so sad.
Nobody knows what the Spinies are called. It's just the little turtle things with the spikes.
Oh, everyone knows Spinies.
No.
If you're a Mario fan, you know Spinies. Come on. What do you think Lakitu drops on you?
Turtles with spikes.
No.
I think more people would call them like Spikies or something than Spideys. Like those are deeper cut characters.
I wish we saw Lakitu. We didn't see Lakitu anywhere.
We didn't see Lakitu. I did pop pretty hard for that. You mentioned it earlier, but the Yoshi herd running through, I did pop pretty hard for that.
Straight out of Melee, dude.
Yeah, no, it was dope. I was like, hey, it's just like that scene.
Fucking like imagine like some funny bit where like it's just Lakitu's the one holding the camera and like it just like moves like something like hits the camera and then it moves onto him or something. It'd be funny. Yeah.
Surprisingly, what worked for me the most what worked for me the most in the movie was the beginning and the end. The first act and the third act really worked. That second act was really like, oof, okay, all right. We are moving at a breakneck pace and just having scene after scene after scene, and none of them seem related to the main plot.
That was I know you don't really the most you've I think I've you never really watched South Park before like your TikTok feed turned into the South Park.
No,
South
not
Park,
really,
right?
no.
So Trey Parker and Matt Stone, the way they like come at storytelling is they don't do and then. They do because and like so they say that if something happens where it's and then you're fucked.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I felt that middle part was very much and then this happens and then this happens and then this happens.
I walked out of the movie and feeling like, how is your runtime an hour and 30 minutes and you have filler? Like how did that happen? And I really think if we had like cut some of that and extended some scenes and flushed out some different things that were going on, like it really would have benefited that. I could have used more Donkey Kong having problems with his father type
with his
thing
dad
and like actually building that out and seeing it. I mean, like it's there to like the connective tissue is fine. But yeah, I could have used more of it. And honestly, I'll be honest, guys, I could have used more Mario in New York City just hanging out. Like I was having a good time in New York City. I was like, wow, this is actually really fun and funny, and I like the family dynamics. One thing, this might be a little controversial. Big family. This is them Italians, man. Yeah. This might be a little controversial to say. I'm glad they hired Chris Pratt over Charles Martinet, because hearing that Mario voice for an hour and a half would have been grating.
I like the little nod they gave to him.
They gave him in the movie. They gave him Jumpman. I forget the character name of that, but you got to play and that's where he does the Mario voice. But he also does Mario's dad. And I thought he
does.
He
really?
He does, yeah. And I always love whenever you give an original actor the parent of the character. I love that.
Talking Ellie from Last of Us.
Ellie from Last of Us being the mother of Ellie. You know, Ashley Johnson is the mother of Ellie. Charles Martinet is the father of Mario. I just love that dynamic.
I did not know that. I cannot believe I didn't know that.
Yeah, I'm shocked that it didn't hit your radar. But yeah, he's because I was looking for it, because in my head while I was watching the movie, I was like, okay, yeah, we got the little guy with the thing or whatever as like a little background character, but that didn't like sit right with me as just that. I was like, I kind of wish he had a little more. But at the same time, I remember them saying Charles Martinet plays multiple characters, and I was like, I don't remember seeing that. As the movie was progressing, I was sitting there, I was thinking about it, and I was like, well, I'm not hearing him anywhere else. I bet he was dad. And then sure enough, credits start rolling, and there he is with the dad and the other one that we already mentioned. And I was like, that's great. That's good. I love that. The joke about Mario not loving and eating mushrooms was strange, overstayed, but it was entertaining, but it was strange. I was like, all right, cool, whatever. I mean,
it's like, yeah, we get it. You don't like mushrooms, but he's like the mushroom eater guy. Yeah. Funny.
Yeah. I liked the dog scene, like it was fun, but it did feel like it was it felt like it was taken out of another Illumination movie and put into this one. Like it was like straight up like what is the Kevin Hart Secret Life of Pets like scene?
Yes. Very much.
Yeah, so I was like, all right, this is happening. But did you see the visual callback of Luigi holding the mirror back and holding the water back, and then he's holding the manhole back in the fire? I was like,
that's right.
I was like, you motherfuckers were cooking. Y'all were cooking in this movie, and you had 3 good ideas, and those 3 good ideas got you about 30 minutes of screen time, and you needed.
I can't remember the words, but it hit home in that scene where he's holding the manhole. He goes, "Is it we're invincible when we're together, or something?" I can't remember what.
Or we can do anything when we're together, or something like that.
Okay,
yeah.
Or like we're unstoppable together, or something.
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. All of that really worked, and oh my god, dude, when they ran after that star before they even hit it, I was singing.
Yep. As soon as it hit,
dude, it hit. Oh my god, it hit! It was
it was so cool.
The music was awesome in this movie.
Yeah, that whole thing of them like getting all powered up and then going through all super powered and fucking punching shit, and
then they hit the run from the new Super Mario Brothers games.
Yep, the fucking like little wings on the side. Very cute.
That was great. A lot of great, like so many great callbacks and references and so forth that like you can just pull from so many different games and so forth.
In the obstacle course scene, when he's like jumping on the bullet bills, he does like the little flips and stuff when he's doing multiple jumps.
Oh yes, he
Yeah.
does. Yeah. Also the first scene, the first time that they turn the camera sideways, so it's like a platformer. It's 1-1.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, and it's
Yep.
like this is cool. I mean, it's like edited down, but it's there, and I'm like, this is cool. There's a lot of love here. Like there really is a lot of love here. It's just like
You're talking when it ends with him doing the flag, right?
Yeah. It was good. I was joyous. I was like, look at that.
It's awesome. It's just awesome, dude.
It was a weird choice to have Mario in his little Iron Man moment of like chasing or having the bullet bill chase him and stuff. But to make the choice to send it to New York and blow up New York, I was like, what are you doing there, Mario?
Well,
What's going on?
No, because I don't think he sent it to New York.
That's the pipe that goes to New York. Like is the one he
because I thought the pipe shifted. I thought they shifted.
That
all around.
was the one. No, that was it.
I thought it was like the ladders from the stairs from Hogwarts.
No.
Hmm.
No.
Okay.
It's just the pipes are what they are, and I was just very confused as to why they do that. It's also weird to kick the bullet in the eye. I was like, all right, I guess you could do that. Sure.
I loved that it was just totally ignoring him until that happened, and then you just looked at him.
Yeah. And it it was good of like having the little flag bend, and that was some good. There's a lot of good physical humor in this. A lot of good sound. In general.
Shout out to Mayor Pauline.
I missed that.
You didn't see Mayor Pauline?
I don't know if I did.
She was like talking about it's towards the beginning before they go to Mushroom Kingdom. She's like, we're getting this whole situation fixed with the flood. It was Pauline.
Oh yeah, I missed that. Wow, yeah. Okay, interesting. That's good. In New York, that's weird.
Yeah, it's kind of like New York is actually New Donk, but
Yeah, but like
they're not gonna say New Donk City.
I don't know why they wouldn't say New Donk City.
Because I think they want it to still keep with like the whole New York Italian
yeah.
Sure, they also in the commercial they talk about like Queens and Brooklyn and all that. And
got you. Yeah. The their commercial is great with the Super Mario Brothers rap.
Fantastic.
I love that they added the voices that doing the exaggerated accents and stuff.
Yes.
Of like the Mario accents and stuff, just to give us a taste of like what that would have sounded like, and just like here you go, but we're not doing that, because it's gonna be annoying. So like let's pull that back.
Yep. Of course, it was already talked about on Twitter when they released that cinematic bit. The voice of the lady in that one is the Peach from Mario Brothers Super Show.
Oh, that's cute. Yep. Oh, I like that. But then like of course like the like having like when they're like looking like they're flying, and I like that it's the yellow cape.
Yep, of
they're just like planking on stools, and you can see the green screen light on them and stuff. And I'm like, this is really smart and funny, man. And like that's something that only you're gonna get if you understand production on any level or something,
I thought it was very weird that they just made Spike a guy. Like he's just a regular guy. Spike is one of the enemies from I think one of the original 2D Marios.
Oh, okay. He's just a guy. Okay.
He's like a little turtle guy.
One thing that I was like, all right, I guess that works. Is the blue shell dude? Like going like shedding
blue shell.
I was like, okay, I guess you can do it that way. But it was weird. I was like, all right, that's a little odd, but okay. But yeah, I mean, like, just the way that they turned everything from the games and gave it some lore and gave it some story and gave it, like, just explore things. And, like, the way it respects fans is really quite commendable. Like, they don't go left and they don't take it and, like, here's just, like, a random thing that happens in the game. Let's take it and make it our own thing. It goes, no, this is how it works in the game, so we're going to make it work in the game and then just, like, incorporate it into the plot in a way that makes sense. So I really appreciated all the stuff like that. Rainbow Road was a really fun set piece. I thought I had a lot of fun watching that
was another thing I was going to talk about, like with how I wish I knew how things interconnected more with like where like Rainbow Road. I want to see where everything like connects with Rainbow Road and how everything connects with the pipes and all that good stuff.
I wish we had seen more kingdoms. Like I wanted to go to the Desert Kingdom. I wanted to go to more of the haunted kingdoms and stuff.
Where was Sarasa Land for Daisy? Where's Daisy at?
Or like, why didn't we spend any? I mean, we kind of got it in the travel montage, but like we didn't spend any time in the sky really. And I was like, all right, or like no real ice time outside of the cold open.
I just wish the cold open.
Yeah.
I wish we had more kind of like maybe not as quick as it was in Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness, but like how they go through the different worlds, how if we had seen that with
See, I felt
the
that's what
pipes.
we got. With
Oh yeah. I feel like we didn't get I feel like we should have gotten more.
Like moving through the desert and moving through the canyons and all of that. That's how I felt. Because remember, it's a very short thing in Multiverse of Madness.
Right.
That happens. So.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, overall, man, I really enjoyed this movie. I thought it was it's another good like feather in the cap of video game adaptations that we've had in recent years. I think we're on an upswing, and it's only getting better, and it's only going to get better. This is one of the better kids movies in terms of video game adaptations that we've had in recent years. Like, I think the only one that was better than this was Sonic 2. But this one is more faithful to Mario. It commits more to the world of Mario than either of the Sonic movies do.
Well, that's just because Sonic has to juggle like real life people and Sonic and all that.
Yeah, but I think we all would have preferred if Sonic committed to being Sonic.
Yeah.
And just being a fully CG animated world and so forth. So like the fact that we have to juggle the real world stuff, I think was a mistake from the jump. And it shows, but because we did it that way, we have to commit it to that. So I think in terms of like being an adaptation, this is better. But in terms of being a movie, I did like Sonic 2 more. But other than that, like your Detective Pikachu's, your Sonic 1s, your Ratchet and Clanks, this one tops all of those in my mind.
Yeah. I don't know if you saw, but there was a tweet where someone was like, people looking at the, because this is like the biggest animated movie opening in history.
Yeah.
It was like the meme that people take from the episode of SpongeBob where it's all different SpongeBob's running around his head like setting things on fire, and it's animation studios trying to get the rights from Nintendo for A Legend of Zelda.
I mean, you would assume it's just all going to be Illumination now at this point, right? Like,
I don't know.
Who else is going to do it? Like, I don't know. But, I mean, you get a Zelda movie out. Maybe you do a Metroid. Who knows?
Those are the big two that stick out to me.
Yeah. I mean, a Donkey Kong spin-off movie, I think, is a must.
I didn't even mention. What got another pop for me was Diddy, fucking Dixie, and also Chunky Kong all being there.
I didn't like the call out by name of Diddy Kong.
I didn't like it either.
That was a little too on the nose.
If it was just him still singing and then like they didn't call him, but they just kind of like he just like kind of looked around and was like,
yeah. Yeah,
okay.
you do the awkward like one guy is still applauding or singing or whatever.
Rather than having to hear more Cranky Kong.
Yeah. Yes. God, Cranky Kong was so bad in this.
It was a rare miss from Fred Armisen. Rare miss. He's maybe
guy. It was just like a casting problem. Like they just put him in the wrong role. Like he didn't sound old. He didn't sound like a Cranky Kong. He just kind of sounded like a guy. And I don't know. Yeah. I don't know Fred like that. So I don't so
he's SNL funny man.
All right, cool. But yeah, it just didn't really work in this movie for me. But it was just those two of Fred Armisen and Anna Taylor-Joy just did not work for me at all. Seth Rogen was fine. It was fine. It was Seth Rogen. When you think of like a Donkey Kong voice, Seth Rogen's not off the mark. Like just in terms of a natural voice like that. Yeah, all right. I'd probably like it to be a little deeper, but it'd be nice if he tried to do a voice.
Yeah. You mentioned earlier that like Toad was like a standout for your mom. I was like, yeah, I like Keegan-Michael Key in this. He was good.
I like Toad. Toad was cute. I like the Luma Star. The Luma Star was funny.
Very funny. Yeah,
I liked all of that. But yeah, I think just really all the side characters and ancillary characters I really did enjoy quite a bit. I was shocked they didn't like promote Toad to the army and like made
Captain Toad
and called him Captain Toad. I'm shocked they didn't do that.
I would have loved a name job for Captain Toad.
It would have been really, really good. But yeah, I had an absolute blast with this movie, and I'm excited for more, and I'm excited to see it again. Not that I'm gonna go back to theaters to see it. No, I'm cool, but when it hits the Netflix, when it hits the Disney Plus or whatever,
whatever streaming thing,
So, go ahead.
Did you notice the R-wing that was on his TV stand? The little Star Fox reference. Yeah, there was an R-wing, like a little statue.
Star Fox is another one we gotta have. And you get I don't know 3 or 4 deep.
Yeah,
and then give us that Super Smash.
My thing. Oh, dude.
Yeah,
fucking
it's gotta
master
come.
hand in there.
It's gotta come.
Fucking. I totally forgot what I was going to say. You threw me off with that awesome Smash Brothers idea.
I can't wait, man. Yeah, man. You just need a Zelda. You need a Star
Oh,
Fox.
Yeah, make a Metroid movie without making it too much like Alien.
I mean, it would be like a comedy, like it'd be like a kids comedy movie, you know, like
With Metroid.
Like, yeah, think of
I'd be scared.
Think of the sci-fi shooter game segment that's ripping off Halo from Wreck-It Ralph. Yeah,
Okay.
Like that, but
I don't know if I mean, if you can do it, but I don't see Metroid being played off as a comedy.
I mean, you would just have to just like build out the language of the visual language and the visual tone of Nintendo movies, I think. I mean, like, I would like to play around with tone, but like, especially if we want all these toys to play together, you know, like they would all kind of have to be the same. And
for Smash,
we're making kids movies here. Like, what are we gonna do? You know?
Fair enough.
I would just like them to punch up the story a little bit, you know?
Punch up.
Yeah. Oh, it was so great. And all the different poses he hit of like all the different games. Because sometimes he was the classic one and sometimes he was one from one of the other ones or whatever.
I'll have to watch again, but I really would have liked to see some Flood.
Yeah, get us some Flood. That would be nice. Like some Cappy maybe. I'm surprised we didn't get a Cap with wings.
Dude,
from
fucking
64.
the Odyssey top hat that Bowser had and the fucking Piranha Plant.
Yeah,
bouquet?
they straight up gave Bowser his Odyssey outfit. That was awesome. Yeah. So yeah, I'm just excited to see more from, and I want them to do more in the universe. I just really want more Nintendo properties out there. Like I would personally much rather.
How is it taking this long?
Well, you had to wait for the right time, and this is now is the right time. But like now, it's just like sure, make a sequel. Yeah, you're gonna make a sequel, make it. But like, I'd much rather see us start building to Smash before I'd like a sequel. You know. But I'm sure we're gonna get a sequel first. Like, you know, we're gonna get. I don't even know. I mean, Zelda's next, right? Like, Zelda would have to be next.
I think that's gotta be the next route.
Yeah,
there's no question.
But still fun. Yeah. Especially because Zelda just so easily fits into the formula.
Yeah, you know? Absolutely. Like,
we're going on an adventure. There's an ultimate evil. We got to save another princess or whatever, and you know, Zelda is an easier character to translate into a strong female character than even Princess Peach is, and they did a great job with the character of Peach in this movie. I thought she was fantastic. When she brought out that ice flower, I was not expecting that. That was sick as hell.
Yeah,
and all the choreography and fighting in there was really dope. Anyways, Phil, anything else you want to get out there in the Super Mario Brothers movie that we have not covered yet?
There's just so much. Yeah, I think we're gonna have to call it because there's just too much. I think we're running a little long in the tooth here.
there's just so many great moments where you go, I feel like
I've been doing that for the past 10 minutes.
I felt like Leonardo DiCaprio in the theater, the meme from Once Upon a Time where he just pointing at everything. I'm probably gonna put that in the thumbnail. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, that is it for our Super Mario Brothers movie review. Thank you so much for watching and listening along. Let us know down in the comments what you felt about the Super Mario Brothers movie and what you would like to see next coming from Nintendo animation movies and so forth like that. Remember, you can catch us every Monday, 8 a.m. Central Time, youtube.com/@2pennygames with the 2 Penny Games cast with me and my good buddy Connor Elliott. You can catch us live over at twitch.tv/2pennygames, where at least every Tuesday, Phil goes live at 2 p.m. Central Time and plays whatever his heart fancies at the time. And follow us on TikTok and Twitter. At the number 2 Penny Games for Twitter. On TikTok, it's spelled out like it is everywhere else. And until next time, have a great time. Phil, go ahead and say goodbye to the people.
Yeah, and make sure you tell Phil you like his new glasses. Oh, thanks, Tavin. Thanks. Appreciate that.